Hello. This is the first of my interviews of people from the pool industry. I'm going to interview players, tournament directors, cue producers, and everybody that's part of the pool industry. People that make this sport. And yes, pool is a sport. It's not a game. And in my opinion, it's one of the greatest sports. And one of the things I like about pool is other games like football, soccer, basketball, and other sports. There's only a certain amount of time that you can play pool. But pool, as you get older, there are great players like Efren Reyes and other great players. I've seen people 60s, 70s, and 80s still play great. So the amount of time and years you can grow as a player is so much more than other sports. And I think this is one of the reasons pool, in my opinion, is the greatest sport. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to interview Fabio Petroni. First, I'd like to introduce him. And after I introduce him, I'm going to ask him a series of questions. And for me, this is different. I did play in some pro events with Fabio Petroni, and I have some like personal experience that I will share from the tournaments so you can get to know Fabio from another viewpoint of a fellow player from some tournaments in the past. So at this time, I would like to introduce Fabio Petroni so you get an idea of his accomplishments and his history in this great sport known as pool. And that is what I'm going to do at this time. To start off, Fabio was born in Rome, Italy, March 30th, 1972. He began his professional pool career in 1990. In 1995, he lived for 12 months in Switzerland. In 1996, he lived 6 months in Miami, in America. 2001, he lived 6 months in Manila, which is one of the great capitals of some of the greatest pool players in the world. Today, he lives in Rome, Italy. He's a 13-time Italian champion. He was a Mosconi Cup member for Europe. He was a winner of the Euro Hall in 2001. He was the winner of the Euro Tour Malaga in 2006. He was a winner of the Amsterdam Open, a Charity Challenge champion, champion of World Trick Shot Championship in 2001, a European champion for club teams, fifth in the US Open, fifth in the World Championships of 9-ball, fifth place in World 8-ball Championship, runner-up World Trick Shot Champion Snooker, a runner-up in the European Championships of 9-ball, a runner-up of the Brunswick Open Valley Forge, third place in the European Straight Pool Championship. Best ranking placements, first in the Euro Tour ranking, fifth in US ranking, and seventh in world ranking. Currently, he's working as a coach in Italy, and he's running a pool academy. The Italian Pool Academy aims to create a deep understanding of pool using the most innovative teaching approach, both for the mental and the technical side of the game. And before I ask my first question, I'd like to say welcome to my YouTube channel, and it's called Robert Luria, The Mediterranean Nightmare. Thank you so much for being the first guest on my YouTube channel and helping us learn more about the game of pool and what a great sport it is. And at this time, I will ask you my first question. Could you tell me, Fabio, about how your mother and father influenced you as you were growing up?
Okay. Hi everyone. Thanks for inviting me. And yes, they influenced me too much. Everything I think, because till I was young, they support me. Especially my father. He believed in me too much. Uh, Especially when I was playing billiard. I start play billiard Italian game with it's called 815 when I was 13 years old, and my father opened a pool billiard hall, but we met after we met the the game of pool when I was 20 years old. And he know that I was a talent player, and he encouraged me every time. And my mom was she is a very big woman with a heart with a big heart, never give up. My mother, she's a very strong person, never give up. Every time she's positive. So she's a big example for me. And my father also in another way. He's a dreamer. He's a dreamer, and he let me dream. He followed my dream to become a champion on pool when pool was nothing here in Italy.
Yeah, that's what I've found is it's good to have encouragement from people who are close to you. May that be a wife and especially parents. So there are people that have certain dreams, and then unfortunately, I've seen parents will try to talk them out of that and say that will never happen. That's unrealistic. But I'm glad you didn't have that. And sometimes people don't have the encouragement, and they get the encouragement through friends or even from themselves. But that is great that you did have that, and I'm happy you did have that, and you were able to follow something that is truly fits who you are.
Yeah.
How, so how did you develop a passion for pool, or how did you develop a love for the game of pool?
I don't understand well the answer, the question. Can you?
Oh, how did you come to like the game of pool?
Okay. I start playing pool. You know, we used to play Italian game with a small pocket. We didn't know pool when till when I was 20 years old. I didn't know pool. We have no table here in Rome, or maybe we have some table from 2 3 years before, but I never played it. I was in some Italian Championship in the north, in Rovereto, and Giorgio Margola was a good player from pool, and he invite me to play pool. I say, Fabio, maybe you can play pool. That's it's good game. But when I saw the pocket big, I say, no, but this is too easy. And that's how start. I start play pool because, and after 1 year, my father, maybe that was 1999. No, it was no 1999. So when I was like 19 years old, maybe. And after 1 year, my father buy like two pool tables and put in his billiard club, and I start playing pool. That's why I start play pool. I started because Giorgio Margola sponsored the game that was very more popular in the north because near the Austria or Germany, and they already know the pool. I never heard about pool till I had 20 years old. And when I played, it looks very easy because I can pot all the balls because I used to play with the pocket like that.
Yes, you were playing snooker. It's a bigger table, and it's like popular in England and other countries, and the pockets are really small. And I myself, I've only played on the snooker table with those really small pockets, maybe only 2 or 3 times. A friend in a place not far from where I live. And then I remember almost all the balls are red, and then there's some colored balls. And I kind of forget the rules, but I remember you shoot a red ball and then a colored ball and then a red ball and then a colored ball. And yeah, I felt like I never played before because the pockets were so small and it was very challenging. And the table a lot bigger. Yeah, a lot bigger. So I don't know what they call it in Italy, but they'll call it like snooker. And when I read
No, we didn't play snooker.
oh it's
No,
oh
it's
it's
Italian
like
game.
three cushion.
The sides is look like a pool, maybe 10 centimeter bigger. But because we used to play this game with the ball, with the hands, and after when the American comes in the second word, they put the second word. They comes with the balls, and we put this ball in our table and invite this game then calls 8-15 because the 8 and the 15 go to the middle. Anyway, this game born from a case, and but the word game was 8 ball, and we change a little bit the rules, and we play 8-15. So I played this game from 13 years old till until now. I sometimes I play this game, but only in Italy in three regions. But pool is very popular. There is all over the world, and and the, the pocket of our game is very small, smaller than pool. A lot of small, and also the snooker. It's a little bit bigger than pyramid, Russian pyramid.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
one time, yeah, maybe one time I show you some picture of the game.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And like a lot of people in America are not familiar, so maybe in the future you could like show that game, and that would be really interesting for myself and other people because a lot of people that you were talking the game you were talking about they do not know, and maybe someday they would like to try that game. once they get.
Yeah, John Mora was 2 months ago here in Rome, and he played, and he's great. He made all the ball. Mika Imonen was also many years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago, and he can make all the ball because it's very tough game because you must be very accurate.
Yeah, and your technique, the way you shoot, you can't have any mistake. You have to be like very good at it.
Yeah, I work a lot on my technique in the last 7 years. And I think the best technique in the world is like snooker stance, snooker stroke, and the snookerist, the player play snooker. I think they have the best technique for playing compacting ball.
I agree with you. The player from Ireland, Alison Fisher, had very good with her technique with snooker in like England, and then when she came to America, from her snooker knowledge, she became like champion in America, and that was like a big reason why that happened. And she was doing so much better than the American women that were playing on the women's professional tour in United States. So
Yeah.
that definitely proves exactly what you said. What life lessons have you learned from pool?
Oh, many, many. I think I think pool is make any player in front of his good things and his bad things. I mean, if you are shy, or if you are arrogant, or if you have a very good how you say, if you believe in yourself or if you don't believe in yourself, you can see your attitude in the pool. It's one of the game that you can read very easy the the character of the player, and if you are humble or if you're not, and you're gonna lose or win for that reason. So I think I had to work. I had to work, and I still work, of course, on my weakness. Maybe so. Before I was like more arrogant on the table. I feel the best. Also, if I never be the best, but inside I feel the best. I want to fight. I'm gonna kill. I have this approach when I was young. Maybe it's normal, and now I'm more realistic. In my limit, in my weakness, and I work on that. Uh, and I think the pool was help me to know me better, to know my limits, to know my character, help me to know myself before I just go. But maybe I lost the maybe some match for all the same reason, and maybe I don't have good relationship with the people for the same reason because I want to win too much. So I have to change myself to be a better player, to try to be the better player. And I think sport in general, life in general, if you want to increase, you have to work on yourself. Pool is one of the sport. The sport I practice for a long time. I practice also soccer, but pool, uh, pool, I think it's very very easy to see where you have to work on, because if you go maybe too fast, then you don't want to think. If you go very slow, you think too much. So you have to find, I think, for myself, that's the character of the people. I don't want to change anyone. But if you find a good balance, you're gonna be a better player and more, and you can play for a long, long time.
Yeah, I've
So
noticed.
the lesson give me the pool. I want to is help me to go introspecting and to know me better.
Yeah, I've noticed the game of pool through the game. I've learned like different parts of myself. And as I work on myself, now when I play where I am like mentally and what I think about, and I'm like a different player now. Sometimes people will, I had a friend who I beat him years ago in a bar tournament, and he ended up punching the ATM machine. So I was like a little like, whoa. So yeah, I've learned a lot, dealing with different personalities, because when you play in the tournaments, there's so many different personalities where they'll try to get you out of your head and different things. But as a more experienced player, you've dealt with different personalities, and then you're able to handle on different situations better, just because you've dealt with many kinds of players and how they act. And and there's some people that you can be friendly with and some people not. And some of the players are good people, but when they're competing, they don't want to talk at all. So you have to, learn how to handle different situations through time.
You're
That's
right.
what I found. That's what I found myself. And the more years I play, the better I am at different experiences. I once ran a women's tournament. She got second place, and it was maybe $150. And I said, "Congratulations, you got second." And then she was all mad and she goes, I don't want the money. Burn it, burn the money, burn it. And then what I did was I didn't talk to her. I put the $150 on a chair and then just walked away. And then I'm sure she picked up the $150, and I wasn't gonna sit here and keep on talking to her. I was like, she earned this. I put it on the chair.
She
And
was mad. She was
when I wasn't looking, I know she grabbed the $150, and I give her what she earned, and she get all upset. So different situations like that, you you know better how to handle those situations. And what's good is the life lessons you learn from pool on how to deal with difficult people and things like that, you can use in other parts of your life, may it be work and that. So pool can teach you so many things that you can use in all of your life, not just pool. And that's what I found out. If you could start playing pool all over again from the beginning, what advice would you give yourself if you started all over again? If you could start all over again, what advice would you give yourself?
oh, I go get lesson. I I take a lesson. I go to great academy, great coach. I go studying before, because when I started, it was no any school. Yes, I do. I'm gonna work on the fundamental. I know that's what I'm going to do.
I fully agree with you.
And I don't go to play all the tournament. Before I study, before I growing well, and after I do a little bit tournament, then I can compete and I can win. Because me, I go just like that, go just and go, and win, lose with anybody, too much pain. But I think you can grow up without prove this pain, lose with people maybe too strong than or not good people. Or, you know, I go around the world playing with myself, just myself. It was very hard because how you say you can find anybody. I find, of course, many kind people, but maybe also that situation. And so if I start again, I just make sure that I'm strong, and after I go. That's it.
Yeah, I think people do that more in other sports. And I think why people don't do that is, especially here in America, there's pool everywhere. And other sports like soccer, American football, or basketball, there aren't all these opportunities to compete. You can look, and different bars in different places, somebody could play in a tournament every single day. In other sports, it's like once a week, and there aren't all these places to constantly play. You're on a team, so then it's just when the games are, you can't just any day, any night, go out and play in a tournament. So what happens is a lot of times people are not trying to get good at the game of pool, and they'll play with some friends, and then they're just playing with their friends that aren't any good, and they're all beginners, and they're all making mistakes. They're not holding the stick right. They're jumping up on the shots. And the longer later they might say, I want to compete, but now they've developed over years sometimes, or many years, many, many bad habits. They've shot the wrong way for thousands and thousands of times. So now when they try to learn the fundamentals, they have all these tough habits and all these things they're doing wrong for years and years. And I think just about anybody has that story, even some of the great players of today. But those who get a coach early, like you said, watch videos and try to get all the fundamentals and all the good habits from the beginning, that is the way to go. And if I started all over, that's what I would do. But you just go out and you just want to shoot and shoot and shoot. But if you don't have a plan and a good start of doing the right things from the beginning, I wish, I could have started all over and not played in these tournaments and not play with a whole bunch of people that don't know what they're doing, and have a coach and somebody that would teach me this game. So I think just about everyone's done that. Do you prefer playing in tournaments, money games, or league pool? What is your favorite? Tournaments, playing for money, or playing in a league?
Okay, play for money, I think is the worst things because I I start play for money because I want to increase my game and not for win the money. But most of the my opponent is they don't think the same. They want the money, and so the game is very bad feeling. You know, it's fighting. It's a real fighting one against another one, but with they they try all the things to make you out. Maybe with bad body language, bad talking. That's it. I think play for money is I don't like at all. I play because the only way to play with the strong player before was this. So I don't like the money for that reason. For that reason, tournament. I like tournament if the tournament is uh, uh, is a nice atmosphere. It's a nice atmosphere if the people are sportsmanship, but also there someone to make a win, make some movement, some bad talking. No, not too much, but someone. The best way to play is with your friend. You express, I express myself when people love me, on when people love also my opponent, but they just want to see something happen. So they don't want, they don't. The best way to play pool when the guy looking and the guy play, they love pool. So doesn't care who make the right shot, doesn't care who's gonna win. We want to win. We want to see the player give them the best. So that's is the atmosphere. And happen for the moment happen when I close myself or when I play with people of me or people of the game. So when you go outside, maybe you are Italian and you go in some other place, they do for them, you are one against everybody. So it's tough. But when you play in home, maybe the same. They do for you and they do against somebody. When there is against, the word against, it's very tough. Then you do express yourself. When there is a love in some in anything, there is something magic and something then it can happen. When I saw play Efren Reyes also against me, I never do nothing against him. I just see him look like that when he saw when he do a great shot. It's something great. Or maybe if you can try to stop him in some way, it's gonna be yes. So what I think for myself, I love play uh, tournament, but tournament when the organization work good to make the player play well and not just the money. Because if the tournament is in just the money, people are, and that is not enjoy. That is fighting, and or play with the friend, then they love pool, and you do the. That's what I think.
Yeah, when people start playing pool, it's usually with your friends. So even as you get better, it's nice to keep that. And I think it's good to have different friends you play. I don't think it's good to always practice against the same friend because then if there's several people, I think then that are friends that you play, then it's more like a tournament in the respect that you're not always playing the same player. And yeah, that's why I don't do money games because to me it can turn into like a war. I want to play a sport. I don't want to sit here and fight a war. To me,
Yeah,
it can get ugly. It can get very ugly, and
yeah, I
there's a
think
lot of stories, bad stories that a lot of pool players can tell from money games that could be like stories that could end up in like a book or a movie, some really crazy stuff that can happen. And I don't want to,
yeah.
have these negative feelings and get in fights over something
Sometimes,
that's
yeah,
supposed
sometimes
to be enjoyable, and now it's not enjoyable anymore. I don't want to get
Yeah,
into situations.
you're right. You're right. I think the same.
And, when I do conduct these interviews, some players, I will hear some of these stories in these money games. I I'll hear these stories, but I don't ever want to be these stories be part of my life. Tell me, if you can, tell me a funny pool story that happened sometime.
Wow. Okay, there are a few, but anyway, there are a few. I remember when I played Mosconi Cup, then I was totally out of the match because I was my uh, my head, my heart was I was so exciting. I can control myself. I play with double with Steve Davis. I remember. Then I say to Steve when we were playing, "Hey Steve, no problem, no problem. I help you. Just take care." I try to motivate him, but that wasn't like that. I was very nervous, but I didn't recognize it, and I think he was. You understand what I mean? He was like a six wartime champion of snooker, and that was my first time in the big arena. I was so nervous, but I didn't recognize that, and I think he was. I say, yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. I was like crazy. That's his funny story because because after I realized after a few years, then I was nervous. You understand? And another story, another funny story. When I was in Miami in 1996. I go around and play for money. I catch maybe in some pool club there, and I ask if somebody wants to play. And the guy say, "Hey, I want. How you want to play?" I say, "I want to just play anything, wherever I want to play." And he said, there are a player can play, but he's unbeatable. He beat anybody. He's from Italy." And I say, "Hey, who is guy? How's that?" And he says he start from a B like you know like Boston. I'm a Petroni. I say, B, who is it? I say, maybe Baldassari, maybe Bazzana. He say, no, no, no. I say, maybe Petroni. He say, yes, yes. He was talking about me. He say, he's too strong. I say, hey, that's me, but it's not real. He say, he never lose. I say, hey, that's it's me, but it's not true because he just lost yesterday. I lost yesterday with some guy.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
So I understand. Then people talk about the story. I don't know. Maybe he's the best. He's the best. She never made a mistake. But the day before I just lost the morning.
Oh my gosh, wow. Yeah, when you were talking about being nervous and not realizing you're nervous, that's what happened to me when I play in UPA Pro event in Las Vegas. It was my first event, and that's where I met you. And I was really nervous, and I was practicing with you before the tournament, and then I didn't realize I was nervous, and then you saw that I was nervous, and you like told me how to breathe and just relax, just relax. And it was nice to hear that from you before I played in my first match in a pro event. So I want to thank you personally for that. And that helped me calm down, and then I was just like, just play. It's a game. So thank you for that. You you definitely helped me, and that was really cool. And you know, that was my first experience, in an event like that, and then shooting before the tournament with me. And and that was really cool. So thank you so much for that. I don't know if I thanked you at the time, but it was 2006, but I think I probably did. I think so.
Uh-huh.
So thank you for that.
Thank you for remembering me. Okay.
Let me see. What areas of your pool game are you working on? Or how are you trying to improve your pool game? Or how are you trying to
Okay.
improve?
Okay. I play for a long time pool. I beat any champion in the world. I beat anybody, but I never feel to be even top 20 in the world because maybe I was top 5, top 7, but I don't feel that because me I think I miss something. I can never win a big tournament because I play only with the heart. I that's I tell you this because after that I realize then I miss some mentally. Sometimes I'm okay, but I miss some fundamental. That's where I'm working. It's last 7 years. I change stance, I change stroke and everything, and I do snooker stance, snooker stroke, and it keep me 7 years of practice, hard practice to make now I feel okay. I feel like I feel strong again. So where I work is in the fundamental. I never work in my life. I work on this, and now I will work now, of course, on my body and mentally. But now I feel very consistent in my stroke and in my stance, and I still work on that. I still work on that in my pre-shot routine. You know, when I play, I have everything. I know how the weight on my foot. I know how my body is. I know the feeling on the stroke. Because before I know, but just feeling. Just I feel when I can shoot. When I. That's why. eh, Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that, but because it's very long. But where I work on the fundamental.
Yeah, that's what, sometimes people will work on bank shots and safeties, but in the end, it's the fundamentals for pool, for baseball, or any sport that some people think just because somebody's professional, they don't have to work on the fundamentals. But that is what really improves the game. And the more you can shoot the same way, it's like in baseball, a pitcher, the motion that they have for pitching, if it's almost always the same, then that is more consistent. And, a lot of times why you're missing shots goes back to the fundamentals. So no matter who you are, and right now I'm talking to people that like pool, no matter how great you are or how much you've improved your game, the way to get to the next level is keep on working on the fundamentals and make that your lifetime journey of whatever sport you're playing, pool or whatever. That is always the main thing. And don't just say to yourself, oh, just because I'm the top player at this tournament in this bar or whatever, I don't need to improve. And I think the thing that makes you work on your game is don't just play in a place where you're always the champion of this one bar. Because if you don't challenge yourself and play harder players, that is what makes you work on your game, is to always be playing in and challenging yourself against certain people. If you're always going to have to play, and I had a friend like this, in a place where you always win, then there won't be that reason to work on fundamentals and try to improve your game. So that's my advice to basically everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so.
What are your future plans for your pool career? Like, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, even 10 years from now, what are your future plans
I'm
for
sorry,
this
I don't.
sport?
I'm sorry, I don't. I still practicing. I do my best, but I cannot dream about that. I need to. Pool here in Italy is very slow. I and if I don't find any possibility, any sponsor, anything, it's tough for me. I still practicing. I'm still getting ready, and I don't have any plan, but I know that I'm gonna improve my game every day. I know that I'm gonna get better and better every day. That's
Yes.
it. And that's my goal because I coach. I have a academy with my friend and coach Forlani Massimiliano. I want to introduce you one day. And I practice every day on the fundamental, and we coaching people. I'm just doing what I'm coaching, and it's very nice effort. Takes time, but it's nice to take the time to do it. So I have a very big fundamental, and I put every time a little bit more. So I cannot have any plane. But if I'm people now say to me, Fabio, go and play the Mosconi Cup, I'm ready to play because my fundamental is very great and I don't scare anybody. I know that maybe if I play now Shemban Boning, he give me like he destroyed me 120 because I don't have the feeling of the match. But sometimes I can play very well. I can my skill on the cue ball, my skill on the putting, improving and improving. I need to play tournaments, but unfortunately here we don't have too much, and I cannot. I just wait my time if it comes. If not, I'm okay. I do my best, and we will see.
Yeah, I think one of the good things, a very good thing for you, is through your pool academy, you're teaching other people, and then through that, it is reminding you, it helps you because you really understand something really well when you have to explain it to somebody else. So when you're teaching somebody else, you're reminding yourself of things you need to do when you play. And when you teach it to somebody else, it reminds you and is another way to help your own game as you help other people in their game, because it reminds you of the fundamentals. It reminds you of what you should be doing. And now you explain it to somebody else, and then it's stronger for you. So it's a good thing. You're helping other people, and it's reminding you of what you need to do. And I think it makes you stronger. And it's great to share your knowledge to other people, and and it's for the sport. So thank you so much for giving me advice in my first tournament, and helping so many people through your academy. And I wish you the best of luck with your academy and its growth and its success. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
One second. What? How has the game of pool made you a better person?
Yeah, I think this is the question similar before. I think because playing pool, I mean, okay, of course, you're gonna meet many people, but I was a very narcissist, and I think everything myself. I didn't meet people. I go for a long time, go just to win, to win. I leave the pool not in the right way. Now I start to leave pool in the right way because my coach teach me a lot and help me a lot. But before I just want to win, 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 and it just inside me. How pool help me to meet people, to know people, what you say. But I started to do it now because before I was very close on my game and I want to just win. I just so that is a very big opportunity to meet people, cool, and but I in that way I just start now. I'm not a great I'm very close. I don't. Sometimes I'm so open. Sometimes, but I'm not so too much empathy with people. You know, I'm learning.
Who is your favorite pool player and why?
Okay, I think there are three in my mind. There is three in my mind, but there are many. But I learned from many. Just but I like Efren Reyes, of course. I like Ralph Suke. I like Shem Bamboni. But I like also Kachi. I like Filler for many reasons. If I have to say which one you like more is Efren, but I love Suke for other reasons. I love Torsten Oman. I like Tony Robles for other reason. You understand? It's tough to choose one because Strickland. What you say when he's in shape? But for many reasons, because player is something, person is another thing. Some when if you see just the queue and just the square, the table, wow, when when they play well, when the top player play well, is unbeatable. Doesn't mind who are. You know what I mean? When he's
Oh,
in
yeah.
stroke. And so I saw in stroke many players. And I just love them when they play like that. Now Filler is playing some pool unbelievable. Shem Van Boyen played pool unbelievable for many years, and Ralph Souquet is always there. Efren, I don't have any. If I have to choose one, I choose Efren.
Yeah.
I choose. Huh?
What happened with me was at first I'd see certain professionals on TV and I'd be a fan of them because they play good. But then when I played in the pro tournaments, I end up rooting for the people that I become friends with. So it changes. For me, it wasn't necessarily the best player. It was like whoever I was friends with. And then I would watch their matches and then root for them when I wasn't playing. So that was kind of the way I was. But I think when I before I played in those tournaments and stuff, and when I was starting, I think my favorite player then was Jeanette Lee. Just her eyes and stuff, and how like intense she looked, and it was just like She was like just fun to watch. I think because of
Uh-huh.
her facial expressions were like entertaining. But yeah, a lot of people say Efren. And I think the other thing is his personality. He's so calm and just has a peaceful look on his face. I think that's why I think a lot of people say Efren
But
beyond what
Efren,
the amazing things he does. Of course, people, are fan of him because the amazing things he's done, but I think his personality, I think it's a little everything with him.
Efren is very humble. He's very humble person.
Exactly.
And
He-
also Tony Robles is very humble. Torsten Homan, Ralph Souquet. These people make you love them because for the reason they are very gentlemen. I play against this guy, and they never do nothing against me. Also, if I was beating, there are other players when they are losing, they try to make you outside of the match. But this guy, they are very gentlemen. They are very champion. 360 degrees. You know what I mean? I love
exactly.
also the person. Some player, I love how they play, but I know I'm not agree in all the behavior. You understand?
Exactly. It's like they um act like a professional and they give the game a good name. They're good for the sport. They represent the sport of pool good
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and give the game like a good name. Okay, I just have a couple of questions. In the movies and books, pool can have a negative image. Have you ever been in a situation that could belong in a pool movie or book?
Many times, many times in the past
Could
when I
you
was
give
people
just one example?
when I was playing for money in the Philippines. Everything happens. Uh, Maybe also in some time in America before. I'm talking 25 years ago. I don't think so now there is any of these because now the pool is more sport than before. No, because I was playing for money and I win the money. The guy doesn't want to give me the money. I won. I was sometime in Germany in this Alba in the station near the station. People with the gold, with the color gold, and we put the money on the bar and we play for $200, 200 mark. It's like $200 every set. I won like 2,000 or 4,000, don't remember. But they didn't want to pay me the last because we bet 200 and 200, and after every time we play they pay me, and after he quit, I go to the bar to get the 400. Say no, I give to the guy, and I go crazy. And there, one guy helped me, Marcello, called Marcello from Italy. Say Fabio, we go, we go. If you don't go, they're gonna kill you.
Oh, geez.
This is a bad story, so I have to shut up and go. I want the money. I want the money, but no, all they don't pay me. But this is many years ago in a bad story. And sometime in the Philippines, I was playing for money. When I play for money against them, they wreck very bad. Sometimes one Filipino back money on me and they say to me, Fabio, you can't lose. Because they say, why? Because I wreck. You understand? Because
Oh,
when they
because
wreck
he
against
said
me,
you
they
can't
never
because what?
because when I used to play against the Filipino in some pool club there, I play with the Filipino. Every time I break, I never make a ball. I break, I never make a ball. The opponent make a ball because there you pay like maybe $5, and there is the referee, but the referee is bullshit. Sometimes he cheat.
Mm.
Sometimes another time when I play for their side, he said to me, Fabio, you can't lose because I wreck. He want to mean I wreck good for you, a bad for opponent. So that's his funny story.
Oh, geez.
Funny story. And when you play, sometimes all the move, all Filipino moves and everything, crazy, crazy, man.
Yeah.
This is 20 years ago. Now I go there, they don't move anymore. They are great. They are more sport. But
Oh, okay. There's more sportsmanship. That's good. How do you think how do you think the game of pool could grow in the future? Do you think the main question is, do you think pool players could ever get paid a similar amount of money like they do for soccer, football, golf? Do you think
you know what I think?
like in the tournaments like for golf, the winner can get millions of dollars, and like soccer they can get like great soccer player like from
Okay.
Argentina and different countries, they make like millions. Do you think someday pool players could get paid like top money like other professional sports?
Okay, Robert, I tell you, I am a dreamer. But what I think, I don't know of this, I don't know. But what I think, what I love, if pool become a work like any other work, I think soccer, they play too much money. They are not different between a doctor or policeman. So if I play pool, maybe this is big deal. I mean, I play pool. I invest my time, maybe sometime 8 hours a day playing pool, like a doctor studying or a policeman. I hope and pool player getting a salary like any other job, because
Exactly.
for me pool is a job. I do my best, and I don't aspire. I don't want more money than doctor or more money than policeman, but give me money to live, please, because well, I mean that's I think is a job with like anybody in the world do something their best, they work should be have a salary. This question I cannot answer. Of course, I would like to have more money on pool, but also doctor and policeman say why I don't have to have that money.
Yeah,
So I don't know. This question is. I know the pool is a job, is tough, but I'm doing what I love it, and
e-
sometimes it's tough to get the money. I still do play pool. I'm teaching because I love it. It's the only things I can do well in my life, involved in pool. So, and sometimes it's tough. I don't have money to play all around the tournaments. That is not good for me. And I believe I have the level to play international tour. I don't want to be rich. I want to have the chance to live okay with anybody in this world should be.
yeah, and be be somewhere and do something that really fits who you are and something that you truly have that you love. Exactly. And and if there's more money through time, a lot of times, us players don't have control over that. But of course, we always wish for the best and the sport grow through time. And it's more of a world sport now than it's ever been. And I think now that it's a world sport, there's more chances for better tournaments and better opportunities in the future. And I think that the sport will grow through time because it is a world sport. And just like soccer is a world sport, so is pool. Thank you so much for your time and
Thanks to you.
and going through the interview. This was a very I really enjoyed the interview. This was my first interview for my new YouTube channel. And thank you so much. And I hope that the people who listened to the interview got some knowledge of things that can help their game and get to know different players. And you've committed your life to this great sport. And thank you so much for spending time and sharing knowledge that you have with other people who are starting to love the sport and and those people in turn can commit their life to this great sport.
Oh, thank you. Thank you to you. You make me very feel comfortable, like talking with a brother. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you,
You are great. You
thank
are
you so
great.
much. I appreciate that.
Okay, I see you. Maybe I would like talk with my academy if there is a time. I wanna maybe in the future. We will see. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll
Thank you.
you, you have a you have a blessed day. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. You too. Thank you very much. Hi, Robert.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.